Hello, Capricorn. Welcome. Brainstorm, velocity, and synapse. If you've been trying to think your way out of something or brainstorm or come up with ideas, your ideas are going to pick up. So maybe if your brain has been a little foggy, a little slowed down, it's going to be picking up. Something about brain waves could be significant. Brain waves, so maybe something about binaural beats, okay? But there's something about your brain waves going faster. That's reminding me about trance. So you can enter a state of trance by listening to beats that are really fast. When I was younger, I really loved psytrance. I mean, I still do. But I think the reason is because the beats are so fast. And it helps people enter a trance-like state where you can get psychic information. Okay, so there's just something about your brain moving really fast. I'm seeing a city with cars zooming throughout it. That's like your brain, okay? Your brain is a whole city in and of itself. Do expect that you are going to be coming up with a lot of ideas, or you are going to be getting a lot of thoughts, or your brain is going to be working much faster, okay? The name Bill or Billy could be significant. Bill I just heard in my mind's eye, the back of my head is listening. The brain actually picks up on more information than we're consciously aware of, like, hello, the shadow. So one thing that exists in the shadow, aside from just like repressed emotions and memories, are our bodies functioning that we're not consciously aware of, like breathing and blinking. That exists in the shadow. We also pick up on more around us than we're aware of. Our brain will just decide, like, this information is useful, this information is not as useful, so let's put it in the background. So there's just something about you. The back of your mind is listening. You have eyes in the back of your mind, the back of your head. Hypnotic, that's interesting that came up. So yeah, there could be something about hypnosis or binaural beats. Or entering a trance state, a trance-like state. Hysteria. Wow, that's so interesting. The song Hysteria by Muse is playing, and we have lunacy. So there is an energy or someone or something that is wanting you, inside of you or outside of you, I don't know. The moon could be of significance for some of you right now. The color silver could be significant, or the color blue. All right, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The Knight of Cups, of course we get a cup card. The Knight of Cups reverse. So it's like the moon is inside of you. So the moon is inside of you and you're not letting it out. Okay, I'm kind of seeing like someone's brain as a moon. Maybe you're in a trance-like state and you feel like your brain is the moon and you can't let it out, or you can't explain or express quite what you're experiencing or quite what you're thinking about, or something of that sort. You could be even a little bit of a mystery to yourself. The name Joseph or Joe, Joseph, or Johnson. I just heard, let's wrap this up and cut and scene. Okay, so something's done. Something's about to be over. You're about to walk away or end something, okay? A difficult situation or some sort of harm that you've endured that's ending because you're ending it. So yeah, there is like something with the Tower here in the Eight of Cups. It's almost like you erupt something and you walk away. It's like an explosion on the moon, but then you walk away. Okay, and then you have trouble explaining the explosion that happened in your mind. There's something like that, so you don't even bother. So I'm getting, Capricorn, you could literally just get up and walk away from a destructive energy without even saying anything or explaining anything. I don't know why, but Eminem is coming up, so yeah. So you give a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, there's something about like if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So you're giving like a centimeter. I don't know. That's what I'm getting with the Page of Cups in the upright, the Knight of Cups in the reverse representing you. I'm just kind of getting like if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So you're just giving a centimeter because that's all you've got. But you're walking away from something. The Tower. Explode by damage plan. Look at how these men are walking away from an explosion. Literally walking away from an explosion. That's insane. And it just started playing. So you're like, yeah, you're literally walking away from a fire, an explosion, something destructive. You're walking away, waltzing away. You're not even looking back. You're not even looking back. Okay? Wow. So I might explode. You don't give an inch, you give a centimeter. And that centimeter is very hypnotic because the Page of Cups clarifying hypnotic. So it could be something about a hypnotic induction or something that you say whether you know it or not, acts like a hypnotic induction. A King of Wands reverse. Something of the past is completely done, dead, gone. You dug the grave. You threw in your rose. You threw in your 2 cents. Final pile of dirt. And you're walking away. I'm hearing 360. You looked at your brain from all angles. You worked your brain to completion. And you realized finally a way, a key, or something here that helps you completely walk away from some sort of past trauma that's had like a chokehold on you. What are you walking away from? You got the 6 of Cups twice. So the past, something of the past. The 3 of Wands is the future to me. 6 of Cups is the past. And we have a Queen of Swords in the middle. So I don't know. It's like someone from the past or an energy wanted to be part of your future or is part of your future, but you're like, no, let's just leave it in the past. You could be burning something as like a symbolic representation of this as well. The moon. The moon. It's like that brain fog or not really seeing clearly. You flip the moon right side up. So you're walking away from the dark side of the moon. You make some sort of gargantuan leap in your self-awareness. And it's almost like shedding a bright light to the dark side of the moon within your own mind. There's a lot going on here. All right, who the hell is the King of Wands? I gotta say, the King of Wands is showing up in reverse. So yeah, it's like someone who dug your grave. Okay, that's interesting. Someone who dug your grave, left you for dead, or did something so horrific in the past, it really affected you. This person comes forward, or this person's energy is just in your orbit, and you're choosing to explode that. Maybe light something on fire, like I said. You're trying to dissolve the energy entirely, obliterate the energy entirely, because maybe it created more of a dark side of the moon for you. Maybe that's just like fear, mental illness, illusions, something like that. You could be doing something symbolically to light that ablaze and completely let it go, okay? Because it keeps showing me like the past, okay? So Capricorn, I feel like you rejected a friend. I feel like a friend made advances towards you and you rejected this friend. We have the 3 of Swords, the Devil, and Temperance. They're coming to you to heal their broken heart. So people are coming to you to heal. Maybe you are a healer because you're sweet. Okay, so you have a friend of the past. They could have made a pass at you. You rejected them. They're in a weird place in their life. They're coming back to tell you like things are better. They turn things around and they want to be your friend again. They miss the friendship. They regret ruining the friendship by trying to turn it romantic. However, it's kind of giving me a weird energy because it's like, oh, okay, this person's coming to you because you're healing, you're sweet, you're kind, you're this, you're that. But what are they bringing to the table? I don't know. How does Capricorn feel about the King of Wands? You feel... oh my god, okay, you feel kind of traumatized from this person. So Spirit's advising you away from this person. I don't know who this is. This is someone from the past that you haven't seen or heard from in how long? 8. So it could be 8 months, 8 years. 8 months to 8 years, okay? Maybe even 8 weeks. But I feel like you don't feel a sense of belonging with this person. I feel like you feel alone. So that's why Spirit is like, like have good boundaries and be discerning. Gemini energy. Something about a band could be significant. Maybe some of you were in a band in the past, or bands or shows that could be significant. Maybe that's how you met this person. So either way, you need to have good boundaries because someone, if you give them, like that's where that energy came from. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. The Devil here, but then there is a Page of Cups, right? If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. But then the 4 of Pentacles is here. So I feel like you'd have good boundaries anyway. Look at what just started playing. That's crazy. Who's dealing with the sign of Gemini? Because Gemini keeps coming up. Gemini, the song Gemini, Princess Nokia. So this person could have prominent Gemini in their chart, and it could make them very indecisive. Yeah, and then look what just popped out, the Gemini. So this person talks the talk, but they will not walk the walk. They're looking to take anything that you give them. So they have no limits. So here's the thing. It's like with healthy friendships, they won't allow you to give to the point of depletion. They won't allow that. They'll be like, are you sure? Like, I just don't even want to take that. Like, you need to take a rest, or you need to keep that for yourself, or whatever. Like, good friends won't let you drain yourself dry for them. You know what I mean? But this is the type of person where if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and they will literally take until you literally put your foot down. You know what I mean? So the devil here. So it's like this person's like in a bottomless pit, and they come with an empty cup, acting like it's full, or I don't know. Okay, so I'm hearing, hey, Arnold, and I'm hearing, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. So is that Hillary Duff? So that's like the 90s. So maybe you and this person are a 90s kid, or you knew someone in the 90s. The name Ken, Kenny, Kendrick, the name Anna or Anna could be significant. So Capricorn, I feel like you're keeping a lot of thoughts and emotions to yourself. Your brain is going. Okay? Because you're not expressing your emotions or your thoughts, so they're in your head. Rapid firing. Yeah, the moon. So you're very mysterious at this time, okay, Capricorn? Because you are not expressing your emotions, expressing all of your thoughts, you're chewing on a lot of information inside of yourself.
Yummy.
There's a Virgo here who is a bit hypnotized by the very little that you do give. Someone wants a little more from you, but at the same time, the mysteriousness is making them defensive. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and taking vitamin C, Capricorn, okay? Underwater. It's like you're swimming underwater. So you can see glimpses and little reflections, but the water kind of warps the image of you, right? So you're underwater, and there's glimpses, there are reflections, there's glimmering, but what's really going on under the surface? So you're not giving too much because you've learned that if you give an inch, they take a mile. Betrayal. You're avoiding betrayal, so you're not giving too much. You're not over giving. You're giving a centimeter, okay? But no matter what situation this is, you're being hard to access. You're being hard to read on purpose because you're learning from your mistakes. You want to see who's going to make the effort, who's going to really put in the effort and meet you halfway. You refuse to give a mile only to receive a centimeter. You refuse to overgive only to receive betrayal. So you are no longer doing that. You're keeping your emotions and your thoughts to yourself. Maybe you'll give a glimpse, a glimmer, maybe it shows through body language. I don't know, okay? But you're not giving that much because you're waiting to see who's going to match the energy, who's going to match you. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Maybe you're in a dog-eat-dog environment with a dog-eat-dog person or a dog-eat-dog economy. But I'm kind of seeing here that you're not putting all your cards on the table until you see that another is willing to do the same. And you're not going to put yourself in a vulnerable position to get harmed to a great degree where you are in shambles and it barely scratches someone else. You know what I mean? So you're no longer setting yourself up for failure in that way and putting yourself in a super vulnerable position only to get effed. So yeah, you're focusing on your money. You're definitely focusing on your career. You are recovering financially. You're focusing on your money, your bag, your financial stability and independence, some sort of job or something you're cultivating. You're running errands. You're doing what you got to do, but you're doing it alone. That's what you're comfortable with. So you're very comfortable with being alone, taking care of things physically alone, or taking care of finances alone. Okay, maybe you're the monarch of your household, the patriarch, the matriarch, or whatever. But yeah, you're very comfortable. Maybe you work alone. Maybe you have your own business, your own job, your own career, or you're an independent contractor, or even if you work for a company, you tend to stay to yourself. Maybe you're just not in a space where you even want to really open up. You need like proof that it's safe to. You're not just going to open up for the sake of it. Before you go out of your way for anyone, you're looking to see, do they truly value you though? Do they truly value your vulnerability? Will they be the type to not let you overextend yourself, right? That's the thing, like I have someone in my life who's like a golden retriever giver. And I have to tell them, like, you need to chill out. Like, I'm not going to accept that. Or, yes, I am going to pay you for that because you're working. You know what I mean? It's like some people are just so nice or so giving. And it's like you really need people in your life to be like, okay, enough is enough. I'm not going to let you do that because that's just like too much, okay? I can handle it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, you need people who are also self-responsible. Because if you are a giver, the answer isn't always like you need to stop giving entirely. The answer is like you need to have good boundaries and to find people who aren't going to let you overgive. And you kind of like have a healthy balance there. So I have that with this person in my life where it's like they don't let me overgive, I don't let them overgive. We have a very healthy connection because we're both givers, right? But we never let each other overgive because we get it. You know what I mean? So there's just something about that. So you have this friend from the past. I'm telling you, like years, like you knew this person in real life. This is a friend, okay? But they just like take. And so they're coming back to do that again, right? And you were just friends, and they tried to enter a romantic relationship with you because you're such a giver. They're like, ooh, well, yeah, see, they want to come in to connect with you. Because you're such a giver, they're like, ooh, yeah, like, I want to be more than friends with Capricorn because they, even as a friend, they give me all of this. Well, I want more, you know what I mean? So they're coming back again because they can't find anyone who is as giving or loving or compassionate as you, okay? So that's a compliment, but also kind of a curse. So just pay attention to that and have good boundaries. And Spirit's like, you know, if you feel alone around this person or you don't feel a sense of belonging, you don't have to give them anything. Like, you don't owe anyone. You know what I mean? So know that, okay? So someone could see you as a shiny object and you're only getting shinier, but you are more than an object, obviously. Here's a deck split. Yeah. Someone's coming back just to betray you again. That may not be their intention, but that is the impact. You know what I mean? So impact often trumps intention. Yes, intention does matter. Like someone who intends to harm versus someone who doesn't. But at the end of the day, the impact also matters, okay? You got to be careful of people who don't take personal accountability and they excuse everything. You gotta watch out for this. They excuse everything by saying, well, it wasn't my intention, it wasn't my intention, it wasn't my intention. Everyone has good intentions for the most part, but that doesn't mean the impact isn't horrible, right? Okay, but you just gotta be careful of that. You need to find people who actually can take accountability and be like, look, that was my bad. I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I fucked up, I hurt you. Like, yes, I messed up. And here's an explanation, but it is not an excuse. Because there are people out there who run around and they're like, well, I had good intentions, though. You can't pay me to be a monster. I had good intentions. And it's like, by explaining your frustration or your anger or your sadness, you're not painting someone up as a monster. You're trying to tell them how you feel. And they're turning it around and making it about them and being like, well, I had good intentions. Instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I hurt you. I didn't mean to, but I see that I did. And I'm so sorry. See? So, yeah. But you can't really expect that from a lot of people because a lot of people are not raised that way. And a lot of people are not going to do the work. So, it is what it is, right? So give me a deck split for the sign of Capricorn. Let's go. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep... Seas and the moon. I can't make this up. I guess we're not getting a deck split, but this is kind of the deck split, but it fell out. The moon. So yeah, the moon is dominating your reading today. I don't know if there's something significant happening with the moon in astrology. I am not an astrologer, although I love astrology and I try to keep up with it. But let me know. This is reminding me of something, an absolute goddess and queen, Marin, who said this. She's an astrologer. She said, astrology is like the science of spirituality and tarot is like an art. Something like that. It's not totally verbatim, but she said something like that. I thought it was genius. So yeah, there's something about like science and art coming up here as well. So we have desire, singularity, fame, and we have cycles, radiance, and counsel. So we have the external and the internal. So the moon is definitely coming up. So yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, so let's see. It's like your desires outward versus what's happening inward, okay? I'm getting a weird download, guys. I'm getting this download that our individual desires will change our appearance physically. Here's another moon. We have Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Token. Here's another moon here. But there's something about like your desire. So desires in a practical way, yes, if you take action towards your desire, it could lead to you physically changing. But literally, Spirit is telling me something about like desire is being worn on your flesh. Sometimes people can read your desire based on how you look. Now, I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it has something to do with astrology. I don't know, maybe looking like your chart or something. Your desire, maybe almost your whole life, could be read off of you, sniffed off of you, or you can see it in the folds of your skin or your eyes or your face shape or something like that. Maybe there's something about some sort of divination based on your physical form, but I'm getting something about that. So desire. But also maybe there's something about like experimenting with wearing your desires somehow as like a form of ritual or magic or something. Wearing your desire. But yeah, see, singularity, one of one, you with you, lonesome, grown some, bone some. I don't know. Okay, I'm a poet today. Okay, let's see. So the moon causes the waves in the ocean. So your brain is causing some sort of movement in your life. It's like the waves of energy in your life, exhaling and inhaling. It's caused by your brain somehow. And your brain's deepest desires are creating some of the outcomes in your life. Molting. So maybe there's something about you need to look the part that you want to play in your life as well. Molting. So you have a desire to molt. You have a desire to change the way you look, or to change the way you present yourself, or to change a desire. Your desire is literally to change your desires. You're like, I don't even want to desire this. Like, I have a desire, but you have a desire against your own volition. You're like, I don't want to want this, but I want it. So maybe like, okay, maybe you want to travel, but you don't want to travel. Or it could be like you want love, but you don't want to want love because it brings so much pain and emotions. Okay, but it's going to be different for everyone. So you analyze it. Moon juice. Hey, there's a song. Oh my God, I forgot about it. Resurrecting from the past. There's a lot of past energy coming up in this reading. I think it's influenced by all of the retrogrades. So there is a significance on a statue. Maybe you need to get a gargoyle. I'm going to read the lyrics, okay? So the song is Moon Juice by Thriftworks. I lost track of time staring into those eyes. Oh, it's kind of scary how the days pass by. And I can't see the light, it's shining too bright. Hiding in the darkness under cover of the night. The moon drips moon juice onto my skin, moisturize the mind, and now I understand one creeper to another. Keep it undercover. It's only fair. Those are all the lyrics in the song. That's interesting. So maybe there's something about like a full moon or the moon's light dressing your flesh, okay? And this could be a metaphor or this could be literal. So now you understand that there is a value in keeping your moon under the cover of the night. So I guess like the gist of that message is be careful who you're vulnerable with. Be careful who you crack open your brain to reveal this moon to. Who you share your deepest desires, emotions, thoughts, and feelings to. Okay, that's really the advice here. Because people of the past pushed you over the edge. Or maybe they want access to your vulnerability again, but you're so different, Capricorn. I don't know. But there's something about during this time, like be very careful and calculated who you let into your most vulnerable space. Okay, I just feel like that's the gist of it. This is full-on moon mode. Be careful who you let be touched by the rays of your light. And don't take the rays of your light for granted. Gargoyle came up to clarify the moon. So protect and guard your moon brain. Familiar, and solipsism. So some of you, if you have a pet, your animal could act as a gargoyle. Okay, usually animals, especially cats, are protective spirits in the flesh. So your animal could be guarding your moon brain. Maybe some of you might want to get a pet. Maybe you've been thinking about it and this is confirmation. Go ahead and do that. There's someone from the past who might crop up who's really good at weaving their way into your vulnerability, but they use that to mirror your vulnerability so that they can gain your trust. Okay, someone you're familiar with. Yeah, watch your own brain. Watch your own vulnerability. Looking at the moon. So maybe there's something about stargazing or moon gazing or moon bathing. Yeah. During the month of March, You might want to make some sort of plan to go on a night picnic and moon bathe. Instead of going on like a daytime picnic where you're sunbathing, go on a nighttime picnic where you're moon bathing. Because there's something significant about it, or maybe there's some sort of like spiritual, occult, or divinatory practice that you want to enact under the light of the moon. There's just something about that coming up. Because the Page of Swords, talking about the moon, looking at the moon. Who is looking at the moon? The Magician. So there could be something about someone using magical practices to look into your own brain, your mind, your head. Or you want to do magic under the moon, whatever it is, okay? It's not going to change. So your desires aren't changing, okay? So maybe look at that, because there's something you desire that you can't really change. I feel like it won't change until you get it and you see what you need to see from that desire. You've had a desire for a long time, since the past. The past keeps coming up, okay? You've had a strong desire here since you were a child or from an early point in your life. You've had the same desire and it won't go away. And it's not gonna go away, Capricorn, because there's something that you will learn or see about yourself or life in the pursuit of that desire and the achieving of it. So you are literally meant to achieve a desire that you don't even want to want, okay? You're like, I don't even want to want this anymore. I'm tired of wanting this. But there's a reason you want it and you're meant to pursue it because you're going to learn something or something like that, okay? So there's something about looking at the moon or maybe asking the moon for some advice. There's just something about the moon, okay? Let's get one more card. Be careful because you might end up taking some sort of psychoactive or psychedelic during a full moon. That is going to be nuts, okay? Just letting you know because it's coming up. The letters A or G could be significant. I'm getting a GR name or a GA name. Gale. The name Gale could be significant. It says, better to be hated for what you are than loved for what you are not. So, I don't know, maybe someone might hate on you if you don't let them in, or if you don't give them what they're looking for. But it's honestly better to be hated for someone who has strong boundaries and needs time to trust people than to be loved for being a people pleaser and a self-sacrificer. For what? I don't know. Okay, so that's what I got. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. So maybe you're scared to accept this desire. But you kind of have no choice here, okay? But also you might want to do a little bit of shadow work around your desires as well. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I do shadow work readings. Go check out my website below. And if this is something you're struggling with or you need some sort of breakthrough, that's what that reading could do for you, okay? If anything, at the very least, it's very interesting. Okay, so that's what I have. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for choosing me as your reader. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.